Hey everybody, my name is Andy Brady. Welcome to a small mini series of videos I plan to record called Little Bits of Awesome, where I plan to one shot, one take some videos where I'm going to talk about a couple different things that everyone hopefully will find interesting. First and foremost, we're going to start off with a little alcohol. So this is Nelson Brothers Distillery. This is the Reserve Bourbon. Had the pleasure of visiting this place and touring it. Fantastic people, fantastic tour. I've had this before, even though I did just crack open this bottle. But I wanted to start off with a toast to you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It is a 107 proof bourbon with it is a blend of different kinds of bourbons, straight out of Nashville, Tennessee, and it does have a slightly higher rye content than some bourbons. Crisp and smooth. It's a fantastic product. If you see it on the shelf, I highly recommend Nelson Brothers. They've got a couple different kinds, and so far every one of them that I've tried have been fantastic. So let's get into some of the cool things that we're going to talk about today. First and foremost, let's talk about an electronic gadget. So if you're like me, halfway through the day, you realize your phone's dying. Nothing really you can do about it. Run for a charger, run for whatever it is you need. But the last thing you want to do is be, let's say, in a restaurant or in a meeting, out and about somewhere, and your phone is at 10%. Can't even record a video because it's dying too fast. If you're on the phone as much as I am, that's a real problem, really something that would come across a lot. This item right here is called an iWalk. It's actually really simple. It's been around for a while, but I think people kind of forgot about it. Mine's USB-C because I use Android operating system, and eventually iPhone will be over to USB-C as well. But they do make a version with the outdated Lightning charger. Fantastic thing about the one with the USB-C is this will charge my tablet. This will charge my e-reader. This will charge my Remarkable tablet. This will charge my flashlights. This will charge so many things. It does not have enough power output to charge my laptop. In fact, if I plug this into my laptop, it doesn't even register that it's plugged in. So it's not even going to give you an extra 10 minutes on your laptop. Unless your laptop is less power hungry than mine, probably not a great option for a larger electronic. But I use the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I can get about another 25% battery life minimum out of using this. Best thing is, like I said, you plug it in, slip it in your pocket, and away you go. To keep this in mind, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. I'm not really going to talk about items that don't come up to scratch. I don't really want to have a video series where I make fun of products or down talk about some products. Really, I just want to kind of show some of the things that I think people might enjoy. A lot of the products, such as this one, I'll put a link to in the description. And yes, just like anyone else, I do get a very tiny cut if you did purchase it from one of my links. But rest assured, not a single thing on any of my videos that I have. These are things I use personally, and they're true recommendations to people. Next thing on my list is I have a 3D printer. I love 3D printing. It's becoming quite a hobby. It is amazing that you can need something, click print, and between 30 minutes and 30 hours later, you have a ready-to-go product. This is really good. I like to try to print utility things, solving problems, and I like to print things for my kids, toys and such. Other than that, I don't really do the whole, gadgety kind of stuff quite as much. But I wanted to point this thing out. It's free to download, free to print. You can find it on Thingiverse, or I prefer printables.com personally. Printed in multiple different sizes. But essentially what happens is this is a center finding gauge. You can use it on something round. You can use it on something square. You can use it on a 2x4, whatever it might be. You draw a line right through there, rotate it, draw another line, and because of the shape, because of the corner catching it, you always get that straight line. So you do that 1, 2, 3 times preferably, and where they all cross, that's going to be your center point. Extremely useful when trying to find the center of a circle, when it's something physical you're holding in your hand. I think that this print took probably about an hour and a half, and I actually use it a lot. And the thing I use it the most for is whenever I'm marking PVC pipe, because when you're marking something on PVC pipe and you need a straight line straight across the middle, you don't just need to know the center. You need your two lines that you mark on your PVC pipe to be exactly across from each other in the center, so you're perfectly dissecting that circle. Definitely worth checking out. I'll put a link to that from printables.com as well, unless I'm incorrect. And it's not on Printables, in which case I'll post something from Thingiverse. Next little thing to tell you guys about. This is a flashlight from Fenix Flashlights. I am a strong believer in Fenix Flashlights. I am a indoor air quality expert by trade, and believe it or not, flashlights are one of the most important tools that we have. And this, we remember these from many years ago. It is a flashlight that charges while you crank it. It is annoyingly loud. I mean, I'm not going to wake my kids up while I'm recording this video, but it is kind of loud. But, you know, in the past, especially for children, you give them a flashlight and they turn it on, and then they set it down and they don't turn it off. And so you come back 4 hours later, you come back the next morning, you find it a week later, and inevitably the batteries are dead. And it's got to be plugged in, it's got to be charged. This flashlight has 3 brightness levels. I believe it's 10, 50, and 100 lumens. 100 lumens is not super bright, but it is pretty well directioned, so it actually works pretty well. But unlike so many of the other lights like this, where you can solar charge it, or you can squeeze charge it, or you can shake it back and forth like a shake weight, this one also has USB-C on it. So, you know, you can go ahead and get it that charge, and then when you go camping with the kids, or when it's in your truck or wherever you might be, and your battery goes dead, you just flip a little switch, it opens it up, and now you can start cranking and you start using it. Seems to be very power effective, but I really do like that ability to just grab my cell phone charger and, you know, charge this thing up so that you don't have to sit there and crank it for however long. Also, again, USB-C, isn't it fantastic? Plugging this thing right into it, and now this thing will be charged up and ready to go. Let's see what else. The last thing I have for you guys today is a knife. I am a subscriber, on again, off again, to BattleBox. And on their premium subscriber list, they typically send you a pocket knife just about every single month. And as a collector of pocket knives, you guys will see that many times throughout this video series. I don't mind getting more pocket knives, even though it might not be the one that I normally carry. But I wasn't super excited this time to get a Spyderco knife in. I feel like you could see a Spyderco knife from a mile away and know exactly what it is. And I feel like there's not really a lot special about a Spyderco knife that hasn't, you know, been the same thing for many years. The one that they sent, this is quite a large blade. But believe it or not, that actually kind of makes me not dislike this one. I've never really been a fan of the big circle on Spyderco knives. I feel it's, you know, my thumb's a little too big. You know, it's a rough edge. It's sharp edge right in there. It's actually not rounded or anything. This knife being as large as it is, that circle actually feels comfortable. The only issue being that when you're getting a knife this big, it's going to take up a ton of pocket space. So I'm not the kind of person that typically carries a large knife, but I'm pretty excited to have a Spyderco knife for the first time in a long time that I'm actually excited to see. This is definitely something that I'll leave in my pickup truck. It's nice, it's big, it's very stout, very sturdy. It's got their standard plastic sides that you always see on a Spyderco knife. It feels good in the hand. It feels like you really could do some carving with it. You could do some cutting with it. It's got your little thumb brace right here. And then this one doesn't have any serrate on it, which I prefer most of the time. I keep my knives ridiculously sharp. So I don't typically want the serrate. I don't find the need to saw at something most of the time. But anyway, Spyderco knife. This is the Resilience. And it is, you know, Spidermark trademark round hole. Say they brag about that hole. High performance, refined ergonomics, and superior blade steel. It's written all right there on the back of the box. I do not know the price point of this knife because, again, it came in the battle box, and I don't research those items. I just get them, love them, enjoy them, put them away, put them on display, give them away, whatever it is that I end up doing with it. So that's it for today. This is my first time recording one of these videos, but this is the kind of spectrum that I'm hoping to do every single time. Like I said, one shot, one take. Don't plan to edit the videos. Don't plan to go nuts with all the craziness. If I say something wrong, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to try to keep them pretty short and sweet. This one's going to be about 11 minutes long, probably about that length most of the time. Just want to remind everyone, Nelson Brothers. I'm not associated with them, not associated with anything in any of my videos, but a really good bourbon. It's available in the store. It's not an allocated product. It's not crazy, stupid expensive. It's not one of these things you got to stand in line all night and all day to try to find. Or if you have the, if you're in Virginia, you have to wait for them to announce that a product's available and rush to the ABC store to buy one. None of that stuff. Just a really good product that you can get anytime that you want. So thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next week.